On this episode of Gen Z Code, we'll be discussing the involvement of Gen Zs in the alte movement. Our guests will be sharing their opinions on what the alte movement is and the misconceptions around alte kids.
Alte simply means difference. To be different in your identity, in your way of life, it just simply means difference.
Alte to me is weird. It's like some weird sense of fashion and lifestyle.
They are very abstract.
The freedom of expression from Gen Z generation.
In some way, that still plays a role into how the Gen Z choose to express themselves, whether it's fashion or, lifestyle.
It's Gen Z. They're the only ones weird enough to pull off something like Alte.
Alte, I would say, emerged recently in the Lagos scene from 2018, 2019. And they're like a group of people with alternate sounds. I think we tend to notice Alte people from their style of music, e.g. Lady Donley, Odyssey, and Santi and the likes.
The Alte kids, the Gen Z generation.
Gen Zs, Alte kids are mostly found in Gen Zs, so Gen Zs are Alte kids.
I would have said I saw closest to that movement was Bruno Mars in some way. But I will say, the Gen Zs have carried it on top of their head.
Once you're just different from the norm in a certain way, in a certain style, you can just say you're Alte.
Yeah, the millennials may have started it, but the Gen Zs have added some spice. Okay.
Hip outfits and freedom of expression are some of the common threads between Gen Zs and alte kids. What really makes an alte kid alte?
I think what is with the misconceptions about it is they have to look a certain way. Maybe they have to have turned clothes. Their hair has to be messy. They have to pierce their ears. They have to maybe just look a certain way, maybe look rough.
Many times when you see alte kids, it's mostly gotten from their looks, maybe wild hairstyles, dreads, locks, ripped clothes, big tees and all of that.
When something new comes out, you don't understand it, or when something different comes, I think the first reaction for human beings is to run away from it.
In the generalized opinion, alte just simply means to be different.
Some people just take it as fashion, and some people is also a lifestyle, it's a full-on lifestyle.
They are expressing their feelings as they feel, you understand? But in a way, the manner of expression matters a lot. That is what gives the misconception, because we understand we are in Africa where respect and moral values speaks a lot.
I think the positives is, I would say that they are very enterprising. I feel like a lot of the alte people I've seen, they are hard, smart workers.
Oh, so the positive side to being alte right now, I think they've been able to find their niche proper. So they're doing beautiful things in the fashion scene, the music scene. They're just carrying the banner for what it simply means to be different.
Before there's how many people challenges the record label owners, different people managing artists. And we can say Portable, for instance. You know what transpired?
Why did you before?
No free palm. Why? Because it's a Gen Z generation.
And I think I love that about them. They're not joining the bandwagon or trying to be like everybody else. I think the positive side about them is they're just flying the flag high for what it simply means to be different right now. How has the Gen Z contributed to the alte movement? I would say the Gen Zs contributed to it because they were not afraid to be themselves. They were not afraid to take the stigma that came with being alte.
Gen Zs don't judge. Well, that's supposed to be the idea. You don't judge mental health, that kind of stuff.
Gen Zs are, outrightly the owners of the alte movement.
When it started, being alte was seen as maybe a crazy person. Then
they are the challenging generation. They want to challenge everything that is going wrong. They want to speak up for themselves, and they always want to get more.
Gen Zs are interested in new things. So I feel like whether consciously or unconsciously, the Gen Zs somehow, somewhat give a sense of support, an audience to alte kids.
I'm sure you learned something new today. Tune in next time for more juicy chit-chat with our witty Gen Zs. And a few millennials. Bye.